because I'm going to be transplanting with the bulb auger there, I don't want to till all these weeds in because the holes will collapse. I'll show you later. So this has been tilled about a month ago. Got a crop of weeds starting to come up. Actually, a lot of that Swiss chard volunteer. Too bad, but I'm gonna have to burn it. Well, I've flamed the bed. Now to lay down the fabric. In an earlier video, January 1st, I showed how to plant alliums. So here's some red torpedoes. It's now May 1st, so it's 4 months. They're nice sized, ready for transplanting. So we'll take them out of the 5-gallon pot. I break them up, cut off the ends so they just don't flop over. And I'm going to plant those. I'm going to interplant those between the brassicas, the cauliflower, the cabbage, and the broccoli. So there's the greenhouse. There's all sauté on this side and alliums, and then mostly salad stuff on the other side. Here I've got bush beans starting, and they're just starting to germinate. So I got to get them up off the ground before the slugs eat them. So I got to get some plants planted, make some space in here. There's an aquarium pump. There's some compost tea brewing that'll help with the transplant shock. Some cilantro, a few peas, a bunch of chicory. Chard's looking pretty good. That's Cavallonero kale over there. That's broccoli there. Some mustard. There's some tomatoes. And there's some romaine coming up. Some leeks over on the other side. There's romaine I'm eating now. Scallions there. Garlic scallions on the other side right there. That's kind of sad. Planted that at the same time I planted the alliums to go in, and is bolting. My first spinach crop of the year is just about gone. By the end of the day I'll harvest all that. But here's what we're going to plant today. There's broccoli. There's cabbages. You can see some reds in there. And there's some cauliflower. Aside from the chicken manure from the chicken tractors, this is my key fertilizing input. Cottonseed meal, bone meal, lime, and kelp. And I make about 300 pounds at a time. It's cheaper. Mix it all up. Then I put about that much, about a quarter cup in each transplant hole. I don't know if this is cutting off my head or not. This is what I wanted to show. You can see why I didn't rototill, because these holes would cave in. It's good to get a rain on. Put little amendments in the hole so the onions are going to go.
pretty forgiving if a little bit of the root sticks up. No big deal. Preferably not, but like planting trees, if you open up the hole, you can use the dirt falling back into the hole to take the roots down with it. Takes a little practice, but it's not very hard. The beauty of this method is this here. So this is Calabrese, Umpqua, and Thompson, all open pollinated broccolis. So it's just about perfect. The roots just started coming out the bottom of the cups. I have a long drill bit. I can drill a bunch of cups at one time for and the shape of the bulb planter and the shape of the styrofoam cup practically identical. It's not even root bound. Just take that baby, stick it in the hole. Because the manure isn't hot, you don't have to worry about any root burn. And this part of Oregon, we have a real problem with slugs. So if you try to plant anything from seed, you know, good luck. Unless you want to use lots of poison or something. So there's no poison around. I don't even use any kind of slug bait. I use some floral snips and go out at night, sometimes early in the morning. And it sounds kind of gross, but really sharp scissors are the best way to eradicate slugs. And these broccolis will stand up by themselves eventually. Just want to get them in there. I think I invented this method, but close. All right, there you have it. No weeding, well fertilized. I would put romaine or you know, all kinds of short-lived kind of salad greens in between. I just didn't have any. That's why I'm putting the none ready to go in the ground right now. That's why I'm putting these red torpedoes, and they're just a wonderful onion, one of the tastiest onions out there. Just some thoughts on this greenhouse fabric here. It comes in 300-foot rolls. I use 10 and a 6. That gives me a 3-foot path and a 1-foot overlap on 4-foot beds. Got 0. I shouldn't have any artichokes. I'll keep the seeds from those and I'll have some cold resistant artichokes. So there's the end Georgia crystal garlic, my favorite Spanish roja, Northwest heirloom from Colville Indian Reservation, and then red Romanian on the end, 3 types of garlics. 300 spots, 10-inch centers on a 50-foot row, 4 inches or 4 feet wide, and I got 299 out of 300. It's not a bad garlic. Looks like I got some bed straw. The other thing about the styrofoam cups, I was talking to a woman last night at having a glass of cab, and she jumped all over me about using styrofoam cups. I've been doing this method for I think 14 years now, maybe 15 years. I still have some styrofoam cups from year 1, so I'd say that might be my most valuable possession. A Barretto rototiller, has its own trailer, Honda motor. Purple asparagus bed from seed, about 3 or 4 years old. Really kicked in this year. Okay, here's the bed. $50 cabbages, 50 broccolis, 50 cauliflowers, 150 red torpedo onions. I probably have 2 hours of greenhouse work getting him to the transplant stage, and 2.5 hours of planting that bed. I'll have to come out in the mornings when I have my tea and do a slug check. Take some floral snips and give them a little bit of a snip, and I'll probably lose 10%, maybe 15% of this bed to bugs, but there you have it. Getting a jump on slugs and weeds. Oregon, May 1st.